Well, it's been a fat minute since I've made an update video, and as you guys can see, this is a worthwhile load to showcase. I went down to the birthplace of these tractors. I'd been eyeing up these four ropers for about a year and a half, and I finally decided to pull the trigger on them. And I expected there to be just four tractors, no attachments. And what else is there? Well, one boat anchor, second boat anchor, a third boat anchor, a fourth boat anchor, a fifth boat anchor, and a sixth boat anchor, plus a wintertime boat anchor, an actual roper cart. Let's go around to the other side so you guys can see the tag on it. I'm really stoked about the cart. That I was really happy to find. And it's fairly straight. The other side needs to be straightened out a little bit, but I have the tailgate for it. It's all there. Not in too bad a shape. It'll definitely be a nice piece to put behind a tractor to show. So there's two 16Ts with the Briggs opposed twins. This tractor here was supposedly running more recent than this one. One of these two, I was told it was that one that the guy had bought brand new, and he worked for Roper, but he worked in the appliance division. But he went over to the lawn and garden division, bought that tractor brand new. And then from the guy that I got this tractor, and the last one on the trailer, which was the second guy, which ironically was 4 minutes down the road on the same road, said that the other one, so this one here, his daughter had bought new. So I haven't checked the years on them yet to see what year they are, but unlike the regular Suburbans, where the GT16, which is the twin to these, was only made in 78, these were made through like 83 or 84, I want to say, for sure 83. So 78 to 83 they made the 16T. So this is like a dime a dozen tractor. It's like an SS16 in the Sears world. But up here in Wisconsin, you don't see these tractors too often, so that's why I jumped on them. Not to mention, it looks like it would clean up all right. It's just a lot of barn dust on them, because these four were legit barn finds. 4 of the 6 mower decks were up on the loft in this barn. There is a GT18 hydro drive. It is a Roper, not a Sears. And the serial tag says Roper on it, and it's white and black, and it's not silver, but it just so happens to have the Sears decals. It has the Roper steering wheel on it with a black steering wheel cap, which is weird because it matches the clear ones, but it's completely black. The other side is a 1976 18T, and what makes it a 76 is the decals on it. Red, white, and blue. It's a bicentennial year. It's also the last year. Well, no, sorry, I take that back. It's not the last year. It's the first year for the BGMS 18 horse engine, which is this tractor here. It's identical twin brother. It's this guy here, which just came home from the farm, because I'm going to put it back together and get it ready for portage. But that's that. And then walking around the guy's yard, found all these out in the weeds, buried in the leaves and all that, so I grabbed everything I could, and pretty much everything here is Roper. Very little of it's actually Sears. Like this wheel bracket's Roper. Those two there are Sears. Front axle Sears, it's got a yellow spindle on it. But all the mower decks and the snowblower are all Roper tagged. So that's kind of neat. And like I said, the guy did work for Roper, it's just not the lawn and garden division. And then the second guy, which I knew about these other two tractors, the 69 SS12, which his grandfather bought brand new from Sears. And he's held on to it all these years, and kind of heartbroken to get rid of it, but he was running short on space and he wanted to see it go to a good home where it would be enjoyed. And so this one I think is going to stick around, possibly with the other SS12. We'll see. The other SS12 that came home may find another home. All depends. But this is a Spec A tractor. Right after the model number, Spec A. It also has clamp-on hubs, which would be correct for a Spec A tractor, being a lot of this was still 68 base parts. And this hydro is a 68 SS12 hydro track with a fairly high serial number, 3349. But it has a white replacement engine in it. The engine runs decent. It seems like it knocks a little bit under load, but the drive belt on this thing has some chunks missing out of it, so the belt is jumping around like crazy. Not to mention the belt's the wrong size, and yeah, you guys can tell that the geometry on this is all wrong. But it does have a 69 Hydro 12 hood and grill on it, so that's that. And then from the same guy that I got the 2 Sears from, I was showing him pictures of my second HT14, and I was telling him that I was looking for some sheet metal parts. He happened to have a set of hydro fenders, a grill, and a hood, and some extra parts that he threw in with the package deal. And then both those gas tanks and those 2 rear hubcaps came from the Roper package. So that's pretty much everything from this load, but needless to say, it was a really good day trip. Left at 5 in the morning, and I was back home at 4:45 this evening, which really isn't a bad jog for about a 3-hour ride down and a 3-hour ride back, and a lot of time spent getting those 4 ropers out of the barn and getting them loaded, especially when it's pushing 90 degrees out. And on my way home, this is a nice little marketplace find. And ironically, I found it in the heart of Chicago, which, moving this rig around in the back streets of Chicago, I do not recommend. It is not fun. Takes you about 20 minutes to go 1.5 miles. That there, as far as I can tell, is a new old stock HH120. Still has the blue spark plug in it. Still has blue fuel line. Carburetor is completely blue. The choke shaft does not even have any scratches in it from the throttle cable. It does have a muffler on it. But look at the block back here. The paint isn't even discolored by the exhaust port or on the nipple. So that was a huge score. And what I'm planning on doing is I have a little tiny wooden pallet, and I'm just going to mount this engine to that pallet, and it will go to shows. And I'm going to take that hot dog muffler off there, and I have a brand new Shusher muffler, and I will screw that on, and this will just be displayed at shows as essentially a brand new crate engine. That is definitely not something you find very often at all. But yeah, that's the whole load, and I figured I'd show you guys before I got crazy unloading too much, because I want to pull this 18T off and play around with it, see if I can't get it running and driving, because I'd like to take this one to Portage along with the SS18. The other tractors will probably just end up going to the farm for now. That SS12 I might take to Portage this year. We'll see. I know the other one's probably likely to go if this one doesn't go, but we're getting there. Got about a month to go before the show, and I've got a lot I need to try and get done, but that's the haul for June. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys sooner if not later. Then it'll probably be Portage videos, but stay tuned.